For that particular question, it'd be very interesting if a particular scenario would develop. If I was connected to the network of elites, I would want it to develop and maneuver it, because it would show us some of our cultural patterns, hypocrisy, impunity facilitation, and laissez-faire as a Canadian culture's three main uh, cultural patterns. Because if they'd say, hey, only a couple of hereditary chiefs are against this and other indigenous leaders are for, and everybody else is on board, how about we try to find out if they're really representing their members and see if they are, let's say, a democratic voice, whether that's part of their culture or not. Because they might say they are, even though it's not part of necessarily being a hereditary chief. I don't think it is, but because if they open that can of worms, any politician could now be, I voted for or against this, and now let's see if you matched people that voted for you or didn't vote for you in your constituency. Because that's when, oh boy, it's going to show that we're not as much a democratic society, and we praise ourselves for that on an international stage. And I'm not saying other international nations represent full or even close to 60% of what democracy can do. I would say I think the country that probably is the most democratic is still probably at 20%. And so would somebody open that can of worms? Because every leader really, how they represent being a representative of whomever, is we have the internet now. And I can tell you they're not going to use AI or any form of technology to really let the populations lead, right? The populations, especially the vulnerable sector, the ones that are directly impacted. And they're not going to ask for recommendations which researchers would back up. Yes, that's what we have to do for, let's say, agriculture or the price of food or what kind of learnings we need to pass on to our children. So, of course, it's all fake, right? It's all fake and it's all divides, because capitalism causes divide. It doesn't unite. There's no Team Canada when capitalism is dominant and mutually incompatible with democracy.